Describe meeting Baby and Slim at that time. This is pre-Universal, you know what I mean? Okay. This was when he was B3, was it right. B32?
B32.
Yeah.
We gave him the name Beatrice, you know what I'm saying? He was Baby when we met him. He wasn't Birdman, you know what I'm saying? All that names came later, you know what I'm saying? But the image of all those names that he carried right now was dead end. You know what I mean? So when we met Baby and Slim, we actually, you know, went to the office to meet him, went to their office to meet him. We on the elevator, me and Check was on the elevator with Slim and Baby. Not knowing that was them, they didn't know it was us. They heard our music, had our tape, but they never saw us. So we dressed just like them, you know, like dope boys. We both had ballads on, they had ballads on. We got the leather 8-ball jackets on, we jewelried up and, you know what I'm saying, fresh to death. So we looking at each other on the elevator like, you know, we looking at them like, man, what these drug dealers doing here? And they looking at us the same way pretty much. So we went up to the 5th floor. They got off and went one way. We went the other way looking for their office. So we went back the other way where they went and found out that was the office that we was going in. So I knocked on the door and Slim opened the door, told us who they was, and we told them who we was.
Man, so how successful was your debut with Six and Maroon, man? Like, how big was that album?
The album was, it was the biggest album debut in New Orleans to this day. You know, we sold a total of like 120,000 copies of it. You know, we only had one song on the radio at the time. You know, it was called Eddie Bauer, our first dance song. So, you know, it was pretty big, man. It was pretty big for the city as well.
Y'all got to work with a legendary producer, man.
Oh, yeah.
Mannie Fresh.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, how was it working with Fresh?
It was, I'm going to tell you, like, when somebody compliments somebody and use the word great in front of their name, you know, it could mean a lot of things. But when you really work with a great person, he really makes your job a lot easier. And when I tell you, Fresh was the easiest producer I ever worked with, bro. I mean, you let him hear your hook. That's what we used to do. We let him hear our hook, and that was that. You know, and from experiencing with a lot of different other producers, we almost have to, you know, help them tailor make our sound. Fresh knew it off the dump, you know.
Man, yeah, man. Shout out to Mannie Fresh, man. Shout out to Fresh,
yes, sir.
Man. Then y'all follow up the Mac Mel Calio album, I believe, right?
Yeah.
After that.
Nah, Straight Out the Gutter.
Okay. Now I want to get to the Mac Mel Calio because that was another like a big album that, you know, I see a lot of people talk about. Y'all went at Big Boy Records, right? And for those who don't know, who was Big Boy Records?
Big Boy Records was a label from New Orleans, from a guy named Chuck Temple actually owned Big Boy Records, and he had a power record label. You know, he had a lot of folks say it was Cash Money rival record label before No Limit, but he had people like Partners in Crime, Fiend, Mystical, the Ghetto Twins, I think, was over there. He had a nice little roster, you know what I mean? And we had beef with we had a beef with Partners in Crime, which was signed to Big Boy, and Mystical, which was signed to Big Boy. You know, so it was like people always thought Cash Money and Big Boy was added because of that, you know, which it really was. You know what I mean?
Now, what made y'all go at them? It was just a hip hop rivalry?
Well, as far as Partners in Crime, that wasn't a hip hop rivalry. That was a real beef. You know what I mean? I mean, fortunately, nobody lost their life behind that shit, but it was almost coming to that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit went down that, you know, we participated in. Man. You know, and you know, like I said, fortunately, nobody got killed with it or whatever. It ended up turning out like really like history. We made history with it because today we like best of friends. You know, is all due respect. And as far as the Mystical beef, that was all planned and staged by him. Bro. That's something he wanted to do to, you know, he figured he would get known quicker by stepping on somebody's toes that was on top of the pile then, you know what I mean?